Line with you. Now we have another timeline. Today is August 31st, so that means Roger Goodell and Tom Brady are back in court with the last shot at settling. The two parties return for a third and potentially final hearing on Brady's 4-game suspension. There's no indication that any progress has been made, but there is a deadline looming. The NFL and NFLPA have jointly requested that Judge Berman issue a ruling by September 4th, 6 days before the Week 1 game between the Steelers and Patriots. Judge Berman, however, hasn't promised a decision by then. Shannon, how does this all play out?
Skip, I don't know if there's any way around Tom Brady not being suspended. Both guys have dropped their 8-ton anchors. Nobody's moving. If you look, the NFL adopted a policy in 2008 saying the standard in which we're going to use in judging all cases dealing with ownerships, front office, or players would be preponderance of the evidence. More probable than not, generally aware.
Yep.
If you look at the Wells report, if you look at Commissioner, what he's wrote, he's always stated that it's more probable than not. They worded it.
Taking that to my bank.
They worded it in such a way that it would stand up on appeal. That's what they need, Skip.
Okay.
They didn't need definitive proof. See, Mr. Kraft, when he got off that plane and muddied the waters in Arizona, saying if they don't find definitive proof, when he knew that was not the standard in which they would use.
Okay.
And so now, Roger Goodell has made it crystal clear, unless you accept some responsibility in this, and I'm not talking about obstruction, not cooperating with the investigation, that's not good enough for me. I need you to own up to the fact that you played a part in having those football underinflated. Did you do it yourself? No, absolutely not. But if you look at what Troy Aikman has said, you look at what Joe Montana said, you look at what Steve Young has said, all of them have said there is no way those balls become underinflated without Tom Brady's blessing.
Okay.
You know that, and I know that. Now, Troy Aikman he's been even stronger than I have. See, with me, it's not the message, it's the messenger. A lot of people in Boston, they don't really care for me ever since I called the National Guard. But Troy Aikman said, and I quote, Brady spearheaded and Belichick knew. That's what Troy Aikman, a 3-time Super Bowl MVP and a three-time Super Bowl quarterback and a Super Bowl
I know him well.
So with that being said, Skip,
okay.
and all these accolades that's on Brady's resume, guess what else is going to be on his resume, Skip? Suspended for conduct detrimental or integrity towards the National Football League.
Okay, so you have been quoted many times on this show by the man who usually sits in that chair because you were on Stephen A's radio show.
Yes.
You've been quoted as saying you would not want Tom Brady in the Hall of Fame that you occupy. Are you still there?
No, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He's a Mount Rushmore quarterback. He's arguably, you can make a case that he's the greatest quarterback to ever play. Now, for me, the best player is either Jerry Rice or Lawrence Taylor. That's just me.
Okay.
But he's a Mount Rushmore quarterback. Now, whoever else you're going to add with him and Joe Montana, that's up to you. But he deserves for what he's been able to do. But this will also be on that resume.
Okay. Do you believe still, to this moment, that Tom Brady cheated and lied about it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But if you listen to Judge Berman, he's saying well, Tom Brady's numbers were better in the second half with regulated side football. Under that argument, A-Rod's numbers are better this year than they've been in the past 3 years. And he's clean. So you can't use that argument. That's not the issue. The issue is not the outcome.
Well, wait a second. A-Rod had his best postseason ever in 2009 when he was clearly cheating.
But what about 10, 11, and 12?
Well, I don't know. But he had one great postseason when he was on the stuff.
But here's the issue. It's not the outcome. You're not punishing. Skip, they could have played with a bowling ball. They were going to beat the Colts. You're punishing intent. What did you hope to accomplish by underinflating the footballs?
Okay, let me explain what has happened and drive this point home to you, because you're being so outrageously unfair, because you dug in initially when you read the Wells report, the day after you dug in with your opinion. Those opinions you're reading from those quarterbacks, I will bet you they were uttered in the next couple of days after the Wells report was out.
I don't think Troy is moved.
I'd be curious to see if Troy is still as dug in as he was after he has seen what has happened and heard what has come out of Judge Berman's court. Judge Berman has shredded the credibility and integrity of the Wells report. Shredded it day after day. Two big court days. We got another one today. Shredded it. And he has pointed out again and again, you, NFL, have no direct evidence against Tom Brady. This is a court of law. Tom Brady swore under oath in the appeals process run by Roger Goodell, of course. I knew nothing about any underinflated football, that he had nothing to do with that whatsoever.
So what was the conversation between him and the ball guy? What was that about?
Okay, all I know is the NFL has all the texts between Tom Brady and Jastrzynski. All the texts that Jastrzynski got from Tom Brady are in the power of the NFL to go over them and say, fine smoking gun, no smoking gun.
You don't need a smoking gun, Skip. Oh. That's the thing.
Okay, so now you're trying to get him on a technicality because
that's the standard that they use.
More probable than not.
That's the standard that they use.
But you're jumping to the conclusion that he cheated and he lied about it, when I'm jumping to the conclusion that Roger Goodell framed and railroaded Tom Brady.
Stop
setup. Nothing but a setup. Well, you know it and I know it. What happened here? If you want to go bigger picture, I'll be with you on this one. Roger Goodell was trying to nail the Patriots for what he considered, the league has always considered, all of our analysts have always considered, serial cheating under Bill Belichick through his years with the Patriots, okay? And in so doing, Roger Goodell wanted to rebuild his reputation post Ray Rice and all the mishandling of all of the domestic violence cases that went before Ray Rice. He wanted to rebuild his stature, his power, his autonomy, not only with the players but with the public. And he succeeded for a while until it hit Judge Berman's court. Now the pendulum is swinging back in Tom Brady's direction. And Tom Brady is starting to win the battle of public opinion here, in the court of public opinion.
Skip, you know why the NFL haven't settled? Because they know they got a case. They know if Judge Berman rules against them, they're going to win on appeal. And let me tell you who has egos.
I don't think they know that.
Besides players, judges have egos too. Because if they get something sent to appeals court and the appeals court overturns it, they're saying you were wrong. That's why Judge Berman keeps lambasting the NFL. He's trying to goad them into settling.
Okay,
and Roger Goodell says, I'm not moving unless Tom Brady admits his role in this. It's simple. It's simple as that. He's not moving.
He's not going to admit it because he didn't do it.
But guess what? If he gets those 4 games, he doesn't have to admit it.
Roger Goodell picked on the wrong 38-year-old superstar quarterback.
Actually, this is this case that he needed to get back in good graces with the players.
Okay.
Because they say,
that's what I just said.
We see, but here's the thing, though, Skip. Nobody had a problem with Roger Goodell. Now, mind you, owners, 32-0 gave Roger Goodell this power. The players, the league, the players, 31 of 32 teams, only the Steelers didn't ratify the CBA. So you got 63 of a possible 64. Nobody had a problem with Roger Goodell having this kind of dictatorship power until, guess who came to the party? Tom Brady. See, what happened in the CBA, everybody says, Kessler and D. Smith says, well, you're not going to even have to go before Commissioner Goodell. Let's take this. Who cares if he has all that power? Oh, Tom Brady had to go before Roger Goodell. He admitted
it was a joke.
But here's
just a waste of time.
Ray Rice got overturned because Judge Jordan says, hold on. The video didn't create a new incident. All it did was highlighted the old incident. You had already suspended him for that. You can't come back in hindsight into Adrian Peterson. Judge Doty said, hold on. This happened under the old agreement. You can't suspend him for the entire year and then try to suspend him again. They kicked it. He's back on the exempt list. Now, he's still not cleared to play. So if you think Judge Berman, I don't see it happening, Skip. I really don't. I would be shocked if Tom Brady
here's what's going to happen.
Is playing week 1.
Okay, I will not be shocked because on Friday, I will bet you, Judge Berman will throw up his hands and say, I couldn't get either side to settle. So you guys, you all be my guest. Go on up to the Court of Appeals of the Second Circuit, and it will start and it will take 10 months to a year to try it in the Court of Appeals, the appellate court. And in that time, Tom Brady will be granted a stay, an injunction, and he will play the first 4 games.
But here's the
thing,
Skip.
No.
The NFL thought of this in advance. They knew he was going to appeal. That's why they beat him to the court, so it'd be in New York.
Okay, but they're losing in New York.
No,
they would have lost 50-0 in Judge Doty's court in Minneapolis.
If the NFL actually thought they were going to lose, don't you think they would have settled by now?
No, do you think Tom Brady would have settled if he thought he was going to lose?
No.
Jeffrey Kessler representing you? Watch this.
Jeffrey Kessler was the one with decided that CBA that gave him the autonomy.
Okay,
remember?
This is going to be an unprecedented victory for a player against Roger Goodell in the Court of Appeals.
Lunch.
Okay, you got
he doesn't win.
Salmon.
I have a feeling this lunch is going to be grilled chicken and vegetables,
salmon,
no butter, no
salmon.
salt.
I got salmon. I like salmon like his jacket.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Okay.
So you think 4 games? He's getting 4 games.
He's getting 4.
Liar.
Unless he admits, it'll be down to 2.
You're betting against the wrong guy. One thing you got to know about Brady, never bet against 12.
I'm betting against somebody that has a 95-year history. The NFL, whatever they want, they get.
All right, Salmon is on the line. So here's another scenario. If the sides don't reach a settlement and Berman issues a ruling, that still doesn't mean this is going away. As these guys alluded to, both sides can appeal should Brady lose. That doesn't mean he automatically serves a suspension. He could file for an injunction that allows him to keep playing until the appeal is heard. Should the NFL lose, it could also appeal in hopes of having the decision reversed. How about them Cowboys? Tony Romo was super on Saturday, but I can't say the same about the Cowboys defense. Skip will tell us if he is concerned.
Are you blasting my Cowboys
defense? Don't get mad at me. I've got the blue on. Time to get ready for another week, people. Stay motivated on a Monday and on the attack the same way Skip and our special guest analyst, Shannon Sharpe, are dealing with these subjects. Keep up with us today's show by heading over to IG, where you'll find today's total rundown. Make sure you tag a friend or join in on the debates by leaving your own takes.